Welcome to this week's edition of Social Selling Training for NetSuite. Today we're going to discuss some reporting metrics that are delivered to the management team every month so that reps and managers can both understand what's being reported on. So this is a copy of the monthly report. I've removed the names of the reps, but you can see the data here. So there's 3 tabs. The first tab is for 6 Sense activity. 6 Sense is a tool that we use to determine the likelihood of a prospect's buying behavior and if they may be entering into a sales cycle soon. So here you can see, if you just choose your name as the manager, you can see the reports of your reps, your activity reps, and then you can see if they've received any tasks from 6 Sense that have been completed with no continued activity, and then that have been completed with continued activity. This just gives you an insight into how many leads are being generated from 6 Sense, and then over here you can see how many of those have converted into actual prospects. So that's the first tab on 6 Sense reporting, just to give you some visibility into how our investment in that tool is turning out. Second is TAL activity. So this is every rep is assigned to choose between 70 and 90 accounts to be on their target account list. Here again, if you choose your team, you can see how many accounts they have in their current TAL. So if they're under the recommended number or if they're far over it. You can also see the activity within the last 90 days. So some pretty high activity here, except one rep has less activity in the last 30 days. But you can see within the last 90 days, they're pretty close. So maybe it's not really an issue. But if you come down here, this rep only has about half their leads being touched within 90 days, which means that half of them have not been touched within 90 days. So here you see the number of leads that have not been touched within the last 90 days, and here basically not at all. So maybe they need to take some accounts off of their target account list because they're not actually working them anymore. So here you can see for your team the metrics into target account penetration. And then the third tab is the LinkedIn activity tab. So again, you can just choose your team and take a look at some of these metrics. Here we have the number of accounts that they've saved per month. So this is a company that they've saved in LinkedIn. We recommend about 10 per month. So some of these reps are not saving any accounts. Some of them are saving quite a few, so that's great. Some of them might be saving too many though, because the total number of accounts that you want is supposed to be to the total number of accounts that you're following. So if you're an account manager, it should be the number of your current customers. And if you're a direct sales rep, it should be the number of your target accounts. If it's far less, then that means you're not really using Sales Navigator. If it's far too many, then that means you really can't get some of the detailed reporting metrics or some of the information about your target accounts in a condensed email alert from LinkedIn if it's far too saturated. So I'd recommend that some of these reps remove some of those accounts, and some of them are probably right where they need to be if this is a direct sales team. Again, this is how many views they've looked at of individual users on LinkedIn per month. So everyone's well above 100 here, which is a recommended number. And then here's the number of in-mails sent. So some reps are sending quite a few in-mails, some reps are sending none. So I would also talk about, leveraging the number of in-mails that you can send per month with your team on your underperforming users. And then how many total connections that they have. So total connections that they have on LinkedIn. We recommend over 750, so everyone here is pretty much in shape. And then SSI is LinkedIn's metric for social selling index, and everyone here is right around or right above where they should be. You can compare your team against your vertical. So if you then just choose that you want to see just the direct software team, here you can see, again, our team, reps 1 through 6, compared to the rest of team software. So you can also get an idea of, some reps are not saving any accounts at all, and they're not really using the application. Some have way too many accounts. And then in terms of SSI, you can also see that the team is pretty strong in terms of SSI, but some users are, underusing some of the tools like InMail is also being really underutilized by a couple of users. If you have any questions about the report or you'd like to create a game or a spiff between your team and a rival team, be sure to let me know, and I'd be happy to come up with some ideas to make this fun and engaging for the reps and also useful for them to use the tools we've invested in to make their sales cycles easier, faster, and bring in more revenue. Thanks so much. Look forward to seeing you in the next video.